Hi, and welcome to the Microphotonics Imaging Laboratory here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Each month, we'll be bringing you new instructional videos, providing you tips and tricks to use with your SkyScan instrumentation. Let's go ahead and jump into the tip for this month. Hello, and welcome to another installment of the Microphotonics Tip of the Month series. Today, we're going to be talking about how to export keyframes you've made in Flight Recorder when animating a dataset into a storyboard file. This storyboard file can be quickly applied to additional samples within the same project in order to let you duplicate your videos and settings for multiple samples within a project. So you can see I already have a dataset loaded here in CTVox. I've already adjusted my transfer function to show the sample in the way that I would like it to be shown. And what I'm going to do next is go ahead and quickly create some keyframes in Flight Recorder. So in case you need a reminder, Flight Recorder can be accessed by clicking on the film roll with the red arrow next to it. And here we're going to go through and animate our sample with keyframes and let the software fill in the frames in between. So I'm going to just do a slice through the sample, create these keyframes, taking a look at the cracks within the sample. In this case, we're looking at a 2-inch rock core from a drilling site that has some cracking native to the sample. All right, now that we have our keyframes, which we can cycle through using the arrow key down here in our Flight Recorder menu, we normally would just go ahead and export the dataset as a movie if we wanted to just do this for one sample. But in this case, we have several samples we want to do the same animations with, so it's more useful to first go ahead and export the keyframes themselves. So I already did this earlier, but I'm just going to overwrite over this name. It's pretty important to try and give the storyboard file. So when we export data, it's going to be shown as a storyboard file. And that's pretty important to give it a useful name that we can kind of understand what that video is going to be showing us. So in this case, it's red, showing us our cracks, and they're isolated basically based on the transfer function we set up. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite this. All right. Now we have everything saved. We can go ahead and export our movie. We'll just call this sample 1. And we can export that. Set our normal settings and let that go. All right, now that I exported both my frames and my movie, I can go ahead and open the second data set. So let's go ahead and navigate to the second 2-inch core data set, bring that into CTVox, wait a couple minutes for it to build into the memory of the computer. Now you see when it loads, we're going to have the standard default view with the default transfer function, nothing edited. But our Flight Recorder now is empty as well, as is our material properties and lighting properties. These are all empty. What we can do now is navigate to the Load Frames option, go to where we saved our storyboard file, click Open, and pretty quickly that'll be applied. So now we see we've brought in our transfer function, we've brought in our lighting, shadows, materials properties kind of function or settings as well. And we have the same keyframes here as we saw for the other samples. So finally, we can go ahead and click Save Movie, navigate to a place to save it, and then we're done with our second sample. And you can see how much faster that was than going through and animating all the steps that we did for the first sample. Likewise, we can keep applying this to any number of other samples. So hopefully you can see how this will save you time and help keep your projects consistent when you're animating samples. If you have any questions, please reach out to us here at Microphotonics and stay tuned for next month's installment of the Tip of the Month series.
Hello. Thank you for watching this installment of our video Tip of the Month. At Microphotonics, we strongly believe that the research you do changes the world, and we're happy to support you in your efforts through these videos, through our advanced training courses, and our annual workshops. Through these efforts, we strive to make sure that you are getting the most from your Bruker Micro CT machine. If you have any questions on this video or any other questions, feel free to give us a call or send us an email. Thank you again, and have a good day.